Guys, what's up? Somebody give me an audio check, please. I'm doing this in a different area of my house, and it might sound a little different. So if it is, I apologize. There's not much I can do. I'm kind of throwing this up real quick. Oh, we're all good. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm doing this kind of on the fly because I was looking at the tools and stuff, and I wasn't planning on doing anything till later on, but there's been a couple pretty big flares pop off the sun, and I wanted to bring it to you guys real quick because obviously flares come and they go really, really quick, but there's stuff to be talked about around that. So that's why the thumbnail isn't the best one in the world. So we'll just leave that at that. So what we'll do first, guys, is we'll go over here to spaceweather.com. Well, let me say hi to everybody real quick. Christine, what's up? Who else is in there? Keeps digging. What's up? Saya King. Can't remember what I say. I'm sorry, guys. I ain't got my glasses on either. Sea Glass Love. There's one of my favorite names right there. Vanna Moonbeam. That's awesome. David, Monica, Margie, George. What's up, guys? Okay, guys. Cool. Yeah, guys, look at this. So I'm going to leave you guys up here with me for a minute, and then I'll put the chat away so I can get to the tools I need to get to. But as you guys can see right there is what we're looking at. All right. That is a substantial flare. Matter of fact, there were two of them. Bam, bam. Now, they happened back about 1 o'clock, between 12 and 1 today. Jill, I'm doing, well, I don't want to go into that. I'm not really feeling better. I hate saying that. I really don't even like talking about it right now, but that's just what it is. I'm just going to kind of try to push through it. But, guys, look at this. These are bigger flares. These are probably, this one here may end up being the biggest flare we've had all year. It is a high C-class flare. You can see where it's at. It's going to come in at probably like a C8. The C10 is the end of it. Then you got an M flare. How long does it take to get to Earth, Russ? It's already here and gone, bud. It's here in 8 minutes and gone. Now, but there's energy coming behind it because I think it also had a CME involved with it too. So we are going to have, some issues for in a few days. Not really issues. I shouldn't say it like that. The way I should say it is we're going to be getting some more energy from it. If it's coming right at us. Remember, flares is X-ray. So it goes out in all directions. So it covers a lot bigger area than what a CME would, because a CME is plasma, charged particles, okay? It's more compact. So if a flare blows on the front side of the sun at all, we will see effects from it. Even if it's like barely just crested the face, okay? The X-rays will go out in all directions. It's light, okay? It just, bam, it just diffuses out. It's not a pinpoint thing. But that's why flares hit so many different things, and it's, that's why we pay attention really, really close when a sunspot's on the front side. If it was just CMEs and CMEs only, we could look at it kind of relaxed about it because, you got 3 or 4 days before it gets here. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that. Gloria, good to see you guys. But anyway, yeah, guys, this is exactly what I was talking to you guys about with that sunspot that was cresting the sun, cresting the limb. And if you remember, I said we need to watch it for the next week. And I told you it was already doing stuff, and look what it did. I'm assuming it came from that sunspot. We're going to go look. I haven't looked yet, guys. You guys are seeing this right up just as soon as I am. I just want to get this out real quick because I'm trying to eat dinner and spend some time with my family, but I want to do this real quick, and then, later on tonight, the takeover of Wages World will happen. Stay tuned for that. You guys come back around 10 o'clock, a little bit after. I'm going to be on, and, somebody's taking over my channel. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about that, but you know. Anyway, so I am going to go ahead and put the chat away, guys, so I can get through this. I do want you guys to get a good look at what we're seeing here. But as far as now, this is a good way to show you guys that this is a solar flare. See that the geomagnetic activity didn't even move. Okay, because we're not talking about geomagnetics here. This is X-rays. Now the thing of it is they are still what happens is this thing will get here and gone in 8 minutes. It's here and gone. It's already gone. The flare part of it. Now the CME, they didn't used to differentiate between the two, and it wasn't until 19th century before they figured out, hey, before we started getting all these good tools now, that's when they figured out that it was different, when they could see it. But a lot of times when you get a solar flare, you get a CME with it, and vice versa. Usually they both come at the same time, okay? So I'm looking at this, and I haven't looked at the sun yet, right, guys? But we also got a coronal hole. Now, this isn't going to bode well for us in the fact that the Earth kind of sits right here, and it's rotated. It's right in front of us, basically. So we're probably connected to that right now. In about 3 or 4 days, we're going to start seeing the effects from that coronal hole. But if this thing blew a CME at the same time, this stuff's going to arrive together. And when it does, I would just about bet that, and I'm assuming that if that CME, if that flare, it could be from over here. I don't know yet. I haven't looked. But if that's the case, that would be better if it came from over here. But if it did come from this one, man, I don't know. I ain't saying it's going to be disastrous or catastrophic or anything, but, that is what it is. But as you can see here on the Enlil graph, it's probably already picked that up, the CME part of it. You see this right here? Because we're right here in time. So it's not going to show you a solar flare on here because, again, it's here and gone in 8 minutes. It doesn't really have time to even show you a spike in anything. And none of this stuff would change anyway. This is density, and this is velocity. We're talking about solar wind. This is not solar wind, or charged particles at least. This is X-rays, okay? But anyway, as this is coming, this is about 5 days out in front of us. So it's seen. So what I think's happened is that the flare had a CME with it, and we're probably going to get the CME here in 4 or 5 days. That's my guess right now, until I look and see what's going on. Now you see, look at this, guys. See the BZ didn't even move. The phi angle, it looked like it was jumping around a little bit. The density dropped out a little bit. We're still in very normal conditions, solar wind wise. Flares, the temperature here is still kind of below normal. It's right at normal, if anything. The range here is finally raising a little bit here on the solar wind graph, but it is kind of variable. You see it's kind of popcorn looking dots instead of straight line like back here. But that is what it is, right? The magnometer picked it up, okay? That's probably what you're seeing here. Oh, I'm sorry, right there is where I meant to go, okay? So that's probably about the time that flare happened. It was about right there. Now, it may pick it up a little bit. It's not going to pick it up much, though. You can see, a little appendage right there, but I think that was before the flare happened. But you can kind of see right through here how it's kind of jagged. It's not as smooth as it is back here. So there was something going on right there, and that's at the time that flare was happening. Now, the electron flux, none of this stuff isn't really going to move a whole lot, guys. When we get flares, sometimes we'll see these spikes right here. But I don't know what those could have been small ones. But when you get a flare like that, I mean that's, like I said, that's a high C-class flare. What can they do? Well, I showed you the what does a solar storm? The levels of solar storms, what they can do. As far as this goes, it's pretty much kind of the same thing. All right. But, again, whatever was going to happen from the initial smack from that flare has already happened. It's here and gone. It's already gone. So, with that being said, where we at here? Where did I go? Okay, the Schumann. This is something I look at usually when we get flares because sometimes you'll see a little spike on it. We didn't see much unless you want to count that, but I don't think that that's anything. This happened way before. I thought I showed you guys this yesterday. So here's the CME tracker. Now this thing updated on the 15th. So this is showing you that CME I showed you guys yesterday. That's what this is. So we're coming into some very active areas right now. I think that sunspot that's coming across right now is going to give us issues for a while. So is that one going to hit us? That's probably everybody's next question. Earth is right here. It looks like it may give us a glancing blow. Now remember, this thing isn't exact. So, we're not going to know exactly until it starts hitting our detectors. Okay? It looks like we might catch the side of that. Alright? But that's a top-down view here on the left. This is a side view. So it looks like it might catch us a little bit on the top view. Looks like it might catch us a little bit here on the side view. Watch. Right there. See it? Then we go over here, and this is the Earth's orbit line stretched out in a line. Okay? This is stereo A. So if you can imagine this orbit right here, you take that line, you stretch it out straight. That's what you're looking at. We have to look at both three because, we live in a three-dimensional world. So that's what this is trying to do. This is a two-dimensional tracker. So if you look there, what we're looking for is the distortion look. Okay? So we're going to zoom down in that so you guys can see. So you see how close that comes. I do think we're going to get a little bit of a jolt from that. Again, we're not taking it right on the chin, but it's hard to tell. They cannot give you 100% on anything like this. Not right now. Not till some more data comes in. So, yeah. So I'm going to show you guys seeds, and when I show you this, please don't freak out, okay? Don't get scared, nothing like that. It's going to probably look pretty massive, I'm guessing. Oh, goodness. That's stereo A, okay? But let me show you something. All right, that's when that first flare was said to fire off. Look, you're not seeing anything, are you? Okay, now you're starting to see a little bit. That's the beginning of the day. So stereo A ain't showing us much. So let's go over here to Soho, and I bet we're going to see... I looked at it a little bit earlier, but I went back to stereo A, didn't I? Let me show you the 15th first. This is yesterday. I wanted to finish showing you this one because it does show us the end of that one on the right. Now, let me pause it. This is the one that's on the CME tracker. This one isn't there yet. Okay? Scott sent me over some pictures, and I'll show it to you guys later. He ran it through his software. I'm not in a position where I can actually access that stuff right now. Like I said, I'm in a different spot right now. I got my laptop, but I'm over here trying to do it without bothering my family. But you can see how this, I talked about this yesterday, that little star pattern, kind of. And I think it was it Andy that made the comment that when we see that, it's almost indicative every time there's something there when Scott runs it through his programming. And he's right, because that's pretty much what happens. Okay? What the heck is... See how it doesn't move? See right there, and I'll go forward again. Doesn't really move. That stayed there. And the plasma's going around it. Okay? So let's go to the next day when the flare is. Okay, you see how fast that moved? Alright, now I'm going to hit next. Now, this is the beginning of the day. This is the end of that other one. Okay, that's the end of the other one. So, I'm looking at this, and then we get that right around the time that picked it up. That was a little bit of another ejection right there. Did you see that? So if we keep moving, it's going to be right around noon. It's probably going to start doing something. Now you can see stuff starting to creep around the edges here already. Look, see? Right at noon. I haven't even looked at this yet. Right at noon. So that definitely confirms the time frame. So what we're seeing, and again, guys, this is the first time I'm looking at it too. So it did this flare did not come from that bigger sunspot. This is coming from that other side. Okay, that's all starting to happen right now. Notice, let me back that up a little bit. It goes from there to there in 12 minutes. Okay, it's pretty fast. Then it goes from there to there in 24 minutes. That was that first flare. Okay, now here comes the second one right behind it probably. Yep, see? Now we're not going to get any more data, okay? That we're going to be lucky to get hardly any pictures on this at all. They're not going to want to show this. I'm telling you that right now. Because right here, when that, we got 1,600 hours. I mean, really, give me a break. That's 4 o'clock UTC time. That's 8 o'clock. Well, that would be noon Eastern time, rough about. Okay, that's the end of it. That's all it's showing us. So it's it's been 7 hours. Where's that data at? Well, we know what's going on. I mean, so we'll back it up and look. You almost immediately can see that there's something there. That CME that happened before that, and the pictures Scott showed me are definitely pretty conclusive that there's something there. I wish I had downloaded those. I don't have my phone with me, so I do apologize for that, guys. I know I just kind of threw this together, but I wanted to get this out real quick because this is stuff that, a flare happens. So a flare comes and goes real fast, so I want to get out here as fast as I can for you. But just know there was 2 of them, and I don't think that it's going to be it. I think we're going to start seeing more. Let's go over here to Isla. Come on, this thing takes forever. Gosh, man. This is why I load this stuff up before I bring it to you guys. I mean, this stuff is just ridiculously slow sometimes. Coronal holes, we'll talk about that for a minute. You see this? There's 2 or 3 of them right here. So we're getting coronal holes. What I am going to do is I'm just going to... We're probably not going to see anything on the magnetosphere models except for these right here that I'm Xing out right now, because that data, you only get to go back 2 hours. So there's not much to show, is what I'm trying to say there. It won't show it. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to give that one an update, give this one an update, give this one an update, and I'm going to X out the other ones because it'll go faster. Okay, I'll bring this over here right there, but we'll give this one an update too, because that's Lasco C2. That's the one we just seen the flare on, and on seeds. Let's give that one an update. That'll probably update pretty quick. Sorry about the slowness of this, but there's not much I can do about it. Again, after I show you guys this, I'm going to get off here anyway. But I do want to show you guys this stuff because this is something that just happened just a few hours ago, and it's very significant, is what I'm going to say to that. Okay, I'm going to pause this. What time did that start? Okay. Oh wow. Okay, do not freak out over that. Okay, that is an eclipse of the satellite. All right, I'm not sure if that's the moon or if it's the Earth itself, but that looks kind of like the moon to me. It's not. It's usually when the Earth crosses across here. Usually it's a little bit bigger, but it could be. It could still be the Earth. But all that's nothing. It's not some kind of rogue planet or anything like that. You got to understand these satellites, and I've explained this before. They're out in front of the Earth, but they're in geosynchronistic orbit. What does that mean? It means the position that it's over top of on the Earth, it stays in that position relative to the Earth. It rotates with the Earth, but it's always looking at the sun. So every once in a while it goes through an eclipse season, and the Earth will pass between the satellite and the sun. And that's what you're seeing there. So please don't think that that's anything other than what I just said. Okay? Because seriously, guys, it's not, somebody's going to make a video saying, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. But I'm telling you right now what that is. Okay? But this thing most definitely blew, man. Wow. That's impressive, guys. I want to zoom in here because I want you guys to get a good look at this. This is, again, guys, this is the first time I'm seeing it too. But this is a pretty substantial one, I have to say. And I don't say that unless I mean it. You guys know that. So watch right in here. Everything, yep, look at that. You see that? Bam! Bam! See that secondary? That's where that second one came from. That was impressive. I have to say. That is probably the most impressive one I've seen all year. Thank God that thing wasn't aimed right at us. We got the flare part of it, which was what you just seen right there. And that's the CME part with another flare. Could you imagine, guys, if that thing was over here? What would happen? All right. So we got a high C class, almost an M class flare from a sunspot that's not even directly facing us. That should tell you that sucker right there was something to be dealt with. If that thing was right in front of us, wow, that's all I can say. What I will say is that is probably the biggest flare that I've seen all year. And with that subsequent ejection right there, the second one, which is actually, if you look at the graph, it's stronger than that first one. So I think, I'll have to go back here and look in just a second, but let's watch that again. Bam! Wow. Again, guys, I'm seeing this for the first time too. Do you see how fast that plasma left? That was plasma. You don't see X-rays on here, guys. You're seeing gases. Okay, so let me let's look at this real quick. Yeah, see, the second one was bigger. So, yeah, that's what I thought it was, because even though that first one looked really, really impressive, the second one was even more so. Let's zoom in even further. Bam! Look at that. Wham! Wow. I know I'm kind of like getting some Dr. Evil laugh going on over here, but man. Here's a 304. Oh, wow. I'm glad you guys seen that. Did you guys see that? I'm going to pause it there. That is, I was hoping it was going to do that, and it did. There's the second one. Watch the first one. The first one's a true flare. Watch. Wham! You see that X? That's indicative of every flare you're ever going to see. That is in the second one. Did you see that one? That was the third one, I think. Guys, that was 3 separate ones. There's multiple things going on over here, guys. That is crazy. Cray cray. Oh, goodness. I got to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to change my thumbnail, just so you know. Let me, oops. Let me zoom back out so I can pause it where I need to. Sorry, guys. You know, I look at this stuff all the time. So when I see stuff like this, I know it seems like I'm getting, like, excited about it. And to be honest with you, I kind of am. This is stuff that I like to look at. This is why I do what I do. Just to be honest. You know. What time is that? I'm going to zoom back in now because daggone it. Let's do that. Sorry, guys. I have to do that so I can, yeah. Shoot. Sorry, guys. I know I'm, like, being quiet, but look at this. Guys, we haven't seen nothing like this in a long time. And that's why I'm, you know, being all about this, because this is something that we can look for this stuff to continue to happen. Yeah, see that X right there? That's indicative of what we always see, all right? So let me zoom in all the way that I can. All right, so I'm going to do that. Now, guys, so that's what I'm saying, guys. Look at that. We haven't seen one that impressive in a very long time. So, yeah. We'll back it up here. Look at that. That's the second one, okay? Look at all that plasma leaving. Oh, crap. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think, guys? What do you guys think about all that? That was that's impressive, isn't it, guys? That is and I've been, like I said, guys, I've been telling everybody we got to pay attention to this, and that's exactly what's going on here. So pause it right there. Let's go over here and get some. Let's get a look at it on this one. Wow, watch. Watch this, guys. It's coming off the... One word, yes. This is a couple flares with some CME action. This thing done lit it up. Let's back it up to the beginning. I'll show you what it looks like when that first one blows. Okay, here we go. Just watch the overall picture. See that? Look at that. Could you imagine if that was in front of us? We still got stuff from this. Thanks, keeps digging. I really appreciate that. You know, again, this is why I do what I do, guys. This is some stuff that, you know, this is when it really matters, because we got CME stuff coming behind this, but I'm not sure if the CME part's going to come at us. It looks like it might have blown off the side more so than right at us, because look, you see that? That plasma there is moving extremely fast. That's not a flare. That's plasma. Now it was a flare and a CME, which they happen pretty much all at the same time, almost every time. Now, do you see what's happening there? You see how it ejected this plasma, right? Watch a lot of it come back. See that? Not all of it escaped. But, and this thing is still doing its thing. And how do I know that? Well, I'll show it to you in just a second. But let's look at it on this one. What's it look like here? Wow. Yeah. Again, for anybody just getting here, there was a couple different flares that popped off. A really high C-class flare. And another C-class flare. Stuff still happening. CME behind it. All that. Don't worry about this eclipse thing you're seeing here. That is just the Earth passing between the satellite and the sun. That's all that is, okay? But you're seeing, this is what we're looking at here. Wham! Look at that. Bam, bam. I mean, back to back. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Heck yeah. But, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you right now. I'm going to come back on later, okay? I hope everybody comes back. I do think... Hey, Ricky, what's up? So, yeah, guys. I'll try to keep you updated as much as I can. But, you know, I'll try to come back later. Then, you know, don't forget that, you know, my channel's getting taken over later on tonight. Right around 10 o'clock is what I'm hearing. Between 10 and 10:30. They're forcing me. They're making me give my channel away for the night. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm going to have to look into that. Might be part of that YouTube purge. I'm not sure. But we'll see. So come back around 10:30. I'll send out a community post and you know, click your notification bells. Come back and we'll talk about this solar flare for a little bit, and then I guess I got to give my channel away for the night. Somebody's coming to take it, so I don't know. But anyway, guys, God bless. Thanks to everybody being here. Yahuwah saves, and